fossil Pokemon. Maybe it's a good time to say that my content is resurrected. These Pokemon exist as the rock to your team. Yes, pun intended. You know you're gonna get a fossil Pokemon at some point, but you can only choose one. To which, great, save one, kill the other. Worry not. Rock types really aren't my favorite, to be honest. Generation 1 made almost all of them ultra weak to water and grass, but then later they got their fair share of glory. So the rock/bugs and steels, risk versus reward extravaganza. But do the stealth rocks pay their dues within this field? We'll find out as soon as we count down the top 5 fossil Pokemon. Pimp! The be-all and end-all of cats headbutting you to claim you as their own. Rampardos! So with that introduction, if you want me to make your cat behave, well, I'll be there in a flash to help out the problem and then ask you on a date if I like you. I feel entitled to that. That's before your boyfriend Rampardos shows up to start a scrap. And to which I like a Pokemon with horns, an egghead, and looks like an overgrown puppy with hungry eyes, with its entire color scheme to boot. Its official artwork also looks like it's just thrown a big rock. So with the highest attack of any non-legendary Pokemon, Rampardos gets 2 amazing abilities to support its brute power. Mold Breaker to make sure its attacks go uninterrupted, and Sheer Force, strengthening Rock Slide and Zen Headbutt. But then go for Stone Edge if Mold Breaker is your deal breaker. Other moves include Stealth Rock, Endeavor, and Earthquake with a Focus Sash attached. It can shatter anything on impact. Graphene is going to be in a world of hurt. The Pokemon world! Even when its skull is only as hard as iron. Not steel or graphene. Pokemon logic. But it can do this for as long as possible because their skulls are a foot away from their brain, which never gets a chance to grow. And as an ending entry thing, Rampardos may be based off a dinosaur, but then the head can represent the dinosaur. Oh, thank God I can pronounce that word. Pronounce it then. Dracorex. Oh, do I sound that stupid to you?
Well, you can't pronounce Pachycephalosauridae, can you?
Oh yeah, I must be really dumb. Pedwar!
We are cutting down the list now with Kabutops. That was bad. Kabutops is a lesser version of Scyther. One just appeals to me more than the other, but they both look as cool as a frozen bug at winter. Sophisticated. Whether it's the slender design or the ferocity you're after, Kabutops has something going for it at one given time or another. Yeah, we have a Life Orb to cover its Pokedex entry, which we'll get into in a minute. Or we can have a Lumberry. Okay. Swords Dance or Rapid Spin, Stone Edge, Aqua Jet to complement its high attack power, or Waterfall or Rapid Spin yet again. So it's not a great Pokemon to use as it can fall victim to grass and special attacks, but it does have some fighting capabilities. Kabutops forms its own life orb out of draining away the life of others. Oh boy, I love Pokemon slash fiction. A slim and fast swimmer. Body fluids, body fluids, body fluids! Do you just want us all to spit in a jar for you, Kabutops? Will that make you happy? Kabutops is based off of something completely obscure, such as Eurypterids, which are prehistoric arthropods related to horseshoe crabs, the same animal that Kabuto is based off. And the tops from the name most likely takes the Kabuto meaning helmet, and ninja skills and relates it to Triops. Ops, which is Greek for face, or literally tops, for the shell being on his head, which would be taking an awesome name like Kabuto and rubbing it in pink Digimon shite.
3!
Wow, it has weird red eyes. The GBA just made its actual eyes less noticeable. Armaldo! When you think of a bipedal rock-type Pokemon, a Pinsir T-Rex-styled Bug Warrior isn't your first thought, but the fact that it looks so unusual is what attracts me. Probably why so many other people like it as well. And is yet another reason why Gen 3 did so well with the designs. The fact is that Armaldo can learn a cradle full of moves, as a handful can only hold 4. With a Life Orb attached, there's a choice of Knockoff or Stone Edge, X-Scissor, Aqua Tail, and Rapid Spin, all to complement a high attack and defense. So the Pokedex entries enhance the knowledge of how sturdy it is, such as telling the story of all attacks bouncing off. Except for Psyshock, of course, as it does become a physical move. But it can punch right through a steel slab. Eat your heart out, Blastoise! Armaldo doesn't need fast water to penetrate steel. Armaldo can dive down through the water, but can't learn Surf. Yeah, same problem as Electros. Based upon the Onomalocaris, another obscure arthropod,
I choose not to comment on it.
Die!
The greybeard of the T-Rex clan, Tyrantrum. If you're looking for a more aesthetically defined fossil Pokemon, look no further than Tyrantrum. It's not just your average T-Rex, it's a coated T-Rex, a head of the tribe reaching dragonhood.
That is the house of the Rage Candy Bar, man. You must never go there, Tyrant.
Okay, so Tyrantrum is rarely used, at least with Rock Head and a Choice Scarf, making Head Smash a move for wrecking the house. Then Outrage and Dragon Claw along with Superpower. Yep, sorry Blastoise, even Tyrantrum can make mincemeat out of steel. And it was considered invincible in the old world. A world possibly older than the one Armaldo inhibited in. So, if it's a true king, flip off, Kingdra! Oh yes, it's Cradle II. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you either love this Pokemon or you hate it. Guess which area I reside in? I fucking hate the thing. Okay, well, we'll see where it resides overall. But it's the most peculiar Pokemon I've ever seen. It's like they took the dysfunctional Sunflora and made a bobblehead that's worth keeping alive. That is fucking harsh, dude. Who cares? Plants don't feel pain. And just like Armaldo, it can fool you into thinking its eyes are some yellow markings where the real eyes are where a Star Trek visor would be. So Cradle II is another fossil Pokemon that isn't the best to use. To be honest, the best one to use is Aerodactyl. Oh yeah, sorry, Aerodactyl isn't on the list. Shut up and subscribe. Okay, Aerodactyl, I didn't put him on the list because I don't really care that much for Aerodactyl. Its design reminds me of a stripped down Charizard. That's gonna piss off a lot of people. Cradle II puts its specially defensive stuff together for leftovers to save it with Stealth Rock, Rock Slide, Recover, Toxic, and Giga Drain. Oh yeah, and there's some Storm Drain which could come in useful instead of Plunger Cups. Cradle II swims? And works the tentacles at the same time? Well, color me anchored. Digestive fluid from its tentacles? Don't you mean the move acid? So, pretty much Crinoids, or Sea Lilies, or Sea Stars, or Sea Amoebas, or Predatory Trundicates. I gotta be honest, the prehistoric world seems a bit scary and creepy. I'm glad I live in a house. Overall list, seriously, these things are getting too big for their own good. So yeah, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Remember to give this video a lick, submarine, and come forth. Until next time, lights out. Eevee! The little devil bringing us a surprise in the form of extra Pokemon to spawn out of the fact that as soon as these Pokemon manifest themselves in the real world, there will be no Eevee left to hug so hard that it turns into candy floss.
That boy's got what he's got. Yeah. Oh, he's got the bag, he's got the bag. Oh no.
Hey, I just want to get this out of the way before the actual video is over. A company who I'm in a sponsorship with are offering discounted merchandise on my behalf. What this means is that you get a selected bunch of merchandise, each month pretty much like Loot Crate. Within your choosing, it can be video game merchandise, comic merchandise, whatever you want. And if you type in the code KBMotifs, you get 15% off your first month. I'll explain in the description what this means for me in general, but it's a good service to be a part of and you can cancel anytime you want. There's more information on their website, but until next time, thank you and lights out.